Hello everybody and welcome back to Something for Every Nerd. I'm Noah and today on the channel we've got more Spyro the Dragon. We're back in... where are we? Summer Forest. Summer Forest. We're back in Summer Forest. It's been a couple days since I last recorded, but I'm feeling jazzed because I just finished editing. I was gonna lie and say a couple episodes. I finished the first episode and at least got all the assets together for the second one. But yeah, so, get some sheepin' just for fun. We were last in the second area. I think we only have 2 more levels to go before we go to the next place. Well, before we do the hub world fight, which is going to be, well, I mean, without giving, too much of the game away, it's kind of... And it's kind of clear from the opening that we're going to have to fight all 2 of the beasts that Ripto has before we get to Ripto. So anyways, we are here. We are here. Yes, we did Hurricanes. And we've done Sunny Beach with the little turtle bastards.
Are you enjoying?
Yes, I'm enjoying active mode. I do not want to change it to passive. Thank you very much, Hunter. And yeah, I know I need to get the ability to climb ladders, but one thing at a time, shall we? We did... Did we do Ocean Speedway? I want to say yes, but did I actually beat it? 66%. What didn't I do? I didn't get any of the orbs, but I did beat the level, and there's no talisman for that level anyways. So we're good for now. I do need to get the orbs, but I have to look up where you gotta find Hunter, because basically the way these speedways work is Hunter always has like a bonus mission somewhere. He's always like hiding inexplicably in the level, and basically you just have to fly around before time runs out and find him, and then you can do the little extra task that he has. But yar, that just had the thing, so I think all we have to do now is that and this one. What is this? What is it? Aquaria Towers. I don't remember if this is... I think I remember this one. Yep, I remember that one. I hated this level as a child so much. I still hate it, because it's like, I'm probably thinking more into it than what's actually there, but also it could have very well been put in there because it was the 90s and you could get away with that kind of thing without people kind of like realizing what you were doing. But I think there was like a low-key social message there about how we're depriving nature and like wildlife of like what they need to live, because like I as a kid I hated and I'm not trying to get political or social, socially inclined, because we're here for good, wacky, fun times. Although, sometimes we do need to discuss a social issue or two every now and then.
Shock sticks have drained all our water. We can't get
although
it
we
back
haven't on the
unless someone
channel before,
activates
but
the switches they're guarding.
that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it hurt as a kid to watch the guy being like, hey, you need water? Well, too bad. I'm gonna dump it over here so this little monster child thing can take a bath or whatever stupid thing it was. Yeah, so I will roast you alive. See, the thing I hate, well, not hate, but dislike about this level is that, and I know it's weird to talk about it in this context, but this was such an open level, especially with, like, what happens if I actually could hit this button. is that, you know, there's just it fills it up with water, and then it becomes like, you know, a different level, pretty much. So I just kind of didn't like how it was so, I don't want to say open world, because it's not open world, but you know what I mean. It's such an open level, open-ended level. I think we get a different message if we go back to him now.
The shock stick guys are tough.
Okay, no. Well, I mean, we did get a different message, but I thought he was going to say something a little bit more about, you know, thank you for bringing back water. Or something to that effect. But, yeah. And like I said, like, we've never, like, gotten political or social on the channel, and I really hope we never have to, because, you know, like I said in the last Jedi video, I am an idiot, espousing my own idiot voice ideas. That's kind of just how the world is, though. I mean, we're all kind of like, we all have a voice and we all have something to say, but it's like, you know, at the same time, there's the old adage, you know, everybody has an opinion. Everybody also has an asshole, you know. Oh no, it's opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. So yeah. So and like, yeah. I just never want to get like political on the channel, because I feel like there's a time and place, because I don't even get political on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, because it's like, I feel like there's a time and place for all of that, and I feel like social media, well, I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I use my social media and YouTube as my personal escapism, because I need it for, like, you know, just to stay sane with all the cruddy crap going on in the world. And this video really didn't start off so well. I promise we're gonna get back to wacky fun times in a second here, but yeah, I just personally don't want to ever be like one of those, like, Facebook philosophers, as it were. Or you know, like one of those people that just have to, like, constantly comment on, like, this and that and something, but... But anyways, all that nonsense aside, we're here to play Spyro. We're not here to talk about political or social goings-on. But yeah, okay, one last thought, and it's like, I know that, you know, more and more it's getting hard to avoid not being able to say or speak about something, you know, to that effect, but it's also like, you know, I don't know, I had a thought, and then it disappeared quickly, because I'm trying to focus on the game at the same time. But anyways, so yeah, we're like I said, we're back, we're in Spyro, and, okay, so I know this is where I need to go, but before, or do I? Because I think I can, in theory, go into the shark room if I'm fast, and I wasn't fast. That motherfucker. That whole thing just takes a life off of you, not even a sparks it? Damn. I forgot how strict that was. Okay, so rule number 1, don't go into the shark room without some kind of backup. Rule number 2, never put your own money in the show? I don't know. Speaking of putting your own money in the show, things are going good with theater. I'm still, from the point of this recording, it's gonna come out second week of February. Well, I mean the first actual week of February. So happy February, everyone. We made it through the first month of the year. Can I charge you? Yes, I can. Aye. Okay, one thing here. If it would, like, real world science does not match the video game world, especially in a game where there's dragons and fauns and satyrs and whatnot. But electricity... okay, so having a cattle prod underwater, probably not the best idea. Although they're wearing like a wetsuit, so I would imagine that it's insulated enough that they could get away with that. And then there's this douchebag.
Hi, Spyro.
Or sorry,
you must
mommy
be tougher
bag.
than you look to get here. All the same, you won't be able to get past the metal sharks up ahead. I suppose I could let you borrow my submarine, though. For a modest fee, of course.
Of course. Rent a sub for 100 gems. Not actually a bad deal. Not the worst deal in this game. 500 to learn how to swim, that's a bad deal. I know if it would have been 800, if it would have been, however much it was, what was it? 500? Yeah. It would have been 500 to learn how to swim when I was a kid. My parents definitely would not have paid that. But good thing that this is a video game and not real life, right? So yeah. What were we talking about before this? So yeah, by the time this comes out, it'll be in February, so I'll be in the full swing of my theatrical endeavors for the year. What I'm going to later call in my theater blog, the year of my return to the theater. Although it's not really my return to the theater, because I've been doing theater for a while now, but my return to the stage as an actor, because I gave up acting because I never thought I was good enough. A lot of other depressing things that we don't need to get into here. But, yeah, I sort of gave up acting for a period in time, and now I'm finally getting back to it. Although I was still, like, doing acting in my classes and lessons and all that, but at the same time, it was not the same thing as, like, it was not the same thing as actually being a part of a show for months at a time, working with the same actors day in, day out to put together a show from nothing into, like, something that an audience is going to enjoy and respond to and take from. And, yeah. Which is why I love theater, which is actually why I love D&D. Speaking from my personal time period of right now, I just got out of one of the best D&D sessions of my life. Me, Joe, Kofi, Janky, Tom, and Joe's friend, Brian, have been doing a D&D campaign on Discord and Roll20, and just had one of the best moments in D&D ever. And it's like so cool because it's like what you get to do in D&D is more than like it's theater. Like I will say, I've told some of my theater friends before that D&D is theater. It is improvisational acting and story building. But no, yeah, you see the end of the level goes back to the beginning of the level because of how, because of water. But now we get this power up. And I get to bust down doors and kill sharks. Come on, why don't you want to open? Why don't you want to open? Oh, come on. What do I gotta do here? What do I gotta do here? I know I gotta do something. Can I bust this door open? Can I talk to you? Can I talk to No, you're done talking to me. Can I talk to you? No, you're done talking to me. Alright. Well, then I'm gonna get the power up and start taking out some sharks. But, what was I saying? Yeah, so D&D is better than theater in the aspect of, like with theater, I mean, theater is alive and theater is visceral and, like, you can get all these emotions and elicit all these emotions from the audience, but as the actor, you know, you don't... as the actor, you get to, again, these are my own personal and stupid words, not, like, you know, I'm not a professional, I'm an amateur, I am a student, I'm learning, but, like with D&D, as opposed to being an actor reading a script, because, like, yeah, even because as an actor, when you get the script, and you're in the rehearsal period, you're supposed to take the time to, like, learn about who your character is, what their goals are, what their motives are, you know, basically why it is they do what they do, and what it means for them. What does it mean for them to do this in this way? You know, what does their character relationship with X character or Y character mean? And it's fun and engaging to do that in the acting atmosphere, but at the end of the day, part of, you know, you don't have, like, total control or discoverability. You don't have, like, well, I mean, you have total control over the character as the actor, but like, a lot of, like, major discoveries for the character, like, plot-wise, are already written in the script. You don't get to, like, discover that. I mean, if you're reading the script for the first time, it's not a show you're familiar with, then yeah, you get to experience that for the first time because, you know, you're reading it for the first time. However, with, like, D&D, you know, you can tell, you know what your character does, likes, wants, etc. But at the same time, you know, you don't know everything, or you don't control everything in D&D. So, like, case in point, the session that we're doing, I was not going to be able to go, or to participate in a session with everybody. So me and the DM decided we were going to do one-off with my character, so I wasn't going to lose out on experience points or, you know, preparation time before our next big story moment. So what we ended up doing was me and Kofi, Sperry51, we had a separate moment where we could go and we were going to go work on something pertaining to my character. Since I wasn't going to be able to be there, Joe thought it would be a good moment to utilize that time to do something with my character. And holy crap, did he turn the tables on me. Like, I went in thinking one thing about my character's backstory and, like, son of a bitch. But yeah, no, I was set, I was determined. It was like, this is how this is with my character story, and, you know, this is a hard and true fact. Like, I know this as a fact. And he basically turned around and was like, no, that's not true. And that got me so jazzed, because it's like, I don't know everything. There's still things to learn about my character, and it's awesome. And it's like, you know, I don't know. It was just really cool in a way that, you know, I don't get to... I haven't experienced in, like, working in, like, theater or on a show to the same extent. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are still cool moments and things to discover as a character in theater and in a show, but just the way that things happened in D&D, as opposed to, like, you know, being on stage as a character, you know. It was much more exciting and, like, yeah. I got sidetracked because I'm trying to think of what else we got to do while we're here. Because I think I got all the sharks and all the gems that we had previously missed. So now I think all we gotta do is go up the hole. But yeah, theater, D&D and theater. Theater and Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah, no, it was a very cool moment, and I'm still so jazzed about it, and that's about the only thing that's giving me energy at this moment, because it is currently 2:30 in the morning, and I decided, you know what, before I go to bed, I'm going to record Spyro, because I was going to do some recording earlier in the day, but time got away from me, as time often does. Oh, hey, look, fish. Just don't eat a red one, you'll get sick. So yeah. And to speak more on just D&D, because D&D is a fun topic, and I like talking about D&D because D&D is fun. I never really played D&D before 2015? Whenever the first D&D video went up on the channel. The first of two, and only two D&D videos that went up on the channel. Because afterwards, we weren't really feeling recording it all the time. PJ had other life concerns at the time, and just couldn't keep up with, like, editing, like, 4 or 5 hour long sessions of footage and creating assets and things to go along with everything. And I understand that, but because I would like to do another D&D series on the channel. We actually, the character that we created for the campaign I was just talking about with Joe actually came from a one-shot idea that we were going to do for Halloween that didn't happen, but might still happen in the future. But then Joe kind of turned around and was like, I feel so bad for you to waste this really incredible character's backstory on a one-shot. So yeah, and then we just started, you know, having like regular D&D. It's been a blast. But yeah, no, I hadn't played D&D. Huh. I did not think I had gotten all the gems. But let's talk to the king real quick here.
The water workers have kidnapped 6 of my children and hidden them in the tops of these numbered towers. I borrowed some explosives to blast the doors off the towers. If you can make it to the top of the 6 numbered towers, my children will be safe.
I forgot that's how that whole thing went down. But anyways, see, I forgot that was how that went down. Okay, good. Yeah, I'd never played D&D before, never really wanted to deal with it, because I came from kind of like I won't say a strict family. It's just that, because my family's cool, my family's awesome. I've told you before that, you know, me and my parents play video games together all the time. One of which being Spyro, Crash, Sly Cooper, Kingdom Hearts, all that jazz. If it wasn't for them, I would not be a gamer myself. But anyways, so I won't say I came from, like, a strict background. But they were caught up in the hysteria of the late 80s, early 90s that D&D was an occultist recruiting tool. Which eventually, you know, we all moved past, and, you know, they forgot, and I, you know, started learning, you know, what D&D was, how it, you know, all played out and everything, and it's like, you know, yeah. So anyways, so I'd never played D&D because of that. I just realized this one also has electricity. I need to get some sheep. I need to get some sheep bad. I need a sheep. But yeah, so I never played D&D, but so if you saw the old D&D videos on the channel, that whole thing started because PJ was like, yo, let's... Because when the channel started, it was like, what if we played D&D? And, you know, me kind of, you know, still not having ever played D&D because of the whole, you know, occultist recruiting tool nonsense bullshit, was like, I don't know that I want to do that. Oh, shoot. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot... Wait, no. I did get that. Did I? Yes, because then I wouldn't have 400 gems. Where is the next door? Oh, there it is. So yeah, PJ was kind of like, you know, let's do D&D. You know, I'll DM, and it'll be fun. Y'all create characters. We'll because we hang out all the time anyway. So let's just do this. It'll be fun. So and actually, Michael came. Michael had existed before that D&D campaign ever started. Michael MacLeod came from an old high school joke. Well, it wasn't a joke. It was a very serious project idea. PJ wanted to do an animated series called... oh, I've quite forgotten what it was called. Dark something. Anyways, so PJ wanted to do an animated series that never really panned out, and he wanted my help because I was an actor, so he wanted to, you know, procure my talents, as it were, to be a voice actor, which, you know, as a, you know, high school student, I was like, sure, that sounds awesome. I'll totally do it. And I was like, so do you have a character? And he's like, nah, but he's like, no, I don't really have a character in mind. You'd probably be playing double characters. And I was like, well, could I create a character? And he's like, sure. You know, what would you do? And I was like, I'd just come out of a show at that point called Brigadoon. It's a Scottish musical. Just rush the last hour. Anyways,
You did it! Now we can swim in peace. I heard that you were collecting these orbs. Please take this one.
Thank you. I will take your orb. So anyways, I just come out of the show. And in it, there's like a scene where everybody lists off a Scottish name. I'll shut up for this.
He just won't obey me. Hey, you're just about the right size to ride on his back. Great. Hop on his back and guide him through each of the rings of bubbles as it appears. And remember, he's brand new, so try not to get him dented or scratched up.
Right, like you can dent or scratch. Well, I mean, you can scratch, but dent a manta ray? Probably not. Anyways, so I just come out of the show, and in the show, there's this scene where a bunch of Scottish families, you know, kind of get together for a wedding, and part of Scottish tradition, or, you know, per that show, was, shit.
pretty.
So anyways, Scottish families, they all get together and they all start, naming their clans and everything. And my clan, because I was chorus at the time, so I was just kind of like one of the background leaders of a clan. My clan was MacLeod. So I jokingly came up with the name of Michael MacLeod, and we had this whole
Well
series
done.
of like
I
jokes that just
suppose I
spun
owe you
out of it.
something for that.
So when we
Here,
eventually
take
got
this
around to
orb.
D&D,
I
it was
found
like,
it in one of my
there's only one
flippers.
character I have in mind. Michael MacLeod.
Now that
think-
the manta
yep.
ray's tamed, I'd love to get him into racing shape. Care to take him through a harder course?
So anyways, yeah, so through a series of jokes that I couldn't even begin to get into, because it's like, you had to be there jokes, Michael came to exist, and I started to play D&D. The only other time I ever played D&D was a one-shot that Nick was running.
Incredible! You've got real talent.
I
could
created
use
a
partner like
dragonborn
you. You can have the orb I found in my other flipper
wizard. No, Nick wasn't running it. It was our friend Tyson. So he ran the campaign, and I played a dragonborn wizard named. I called him Zigbar Xehanort because originality. The catch was everybody had some kind of mental illness that we had to play into. So my guy was a pyromaniac. He had to set something on fire or use fire. Otherwise, I took mental damage because I needed to burn something, so I burned myself. That was a fun that was a fun session. We all died, total party kill, because of a mind flare.
Well done, Spyro. Now that you have 6 talismans, this door will open. Okay, Spyro, jump through that hole in the floor to get down to Crush's dungeon. I'll help you by tossing sheep through the hole if I can catch them. Good luck.
Do we have time? Because it's already been 34 minutes. I'm going to finish the story and call it here, and then next episode we'll start with Crush and then go through as much as we can. So finishing the story. Total party kill, mind flare. And ultimately it was going to be revealed that we were all constructs. And that we would be given back our memories of how we died and everything at the very end. It was like the whole session was an exercise in things not being as they appeared, which was a really friggin' cool concept. I wish we could have gotten to the end, but unfortunately we didn't, because when you're presented with a sweet old woman at the end of a hallway offering you cookies and a mind flare offering you alcohol, clearly you attack the mind flare, right? So anyways, yeah, so that was the end of the story. So thank you all for watching. If you liked it, let us know. Like and comment down below. Subscribe if you're not already. And while you're at it, subscribe. Yeah, I was gonna go through the if someone else was here ending. Subscribe to all of our friends: Jenky, Emmy, Joe, Kofi. That's about it for now. So yeah, subscribe to all of our friends. Check out their content. Check out our content. We've got Spyro the Dragon. We've got Kingdom Hearts, which, knock on wood, has either finished or wrapped up or is finishing at this point, because it's like February now. Hopefully. Yeah. So we have Kingdom Hearts. We have Random Moments. We've got Grab Bag of Friendship. We've got Tom's content, which is I Have Issues. We have our Let's Talk, which hopefully both of us have been doing something of every now and then. We have the Dive in the Hearts podcast, and you can catch me over on Janky Shenanigans Twitch channel for the Pop Culture podcast every Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come join us. It's a good time. We talk about whatever's new and happening in the pop culture world. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everyone.